only on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
It's 15 minutes for the hour of 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. It's the other side of me that comes out. Steve Crump coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. I don't know if you heard, but Eric Watson did a very brave thing the other day. Of course, that's what he's hired for, but stopped in and tried to break up a domestic dispute. And, gosh, it took like 3 cops to take this guy down. Steve's got the scoop on that. We'll be speaking with him at 9 o'clock this morning. I come in the morning and I listen to, I'm not going to say any names, but our competition, I suppose you could say. And I don't know if they're cloning these guys to all talk the same way or not. It's just, my dad, people used to say it's like talking to the radio when they spoke to my dad, because his thing was, whatever voice you have, that's what you use. You don't do this thing. And you certainly don't do this thing. But I've been hearing a lot of this. I remember my brother Gary. We all had an air shift for my dad. My dad owned a couple of small market radio stations, and it was great training, on-the-job training. And I was Brother Bill J. with the Gobs, and I was putting down the Good Sounds for you at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right after school. And then my brother Gary, who is a couple of years behind me, in age that is, really a tight programmer. But he used to listen to these guys out of KFRC in San Francisco. We lived up north of that in the Redwood Empire, 23 miles from the Oregon border. A little bitty radio station, a little bitty town. And I think we were on for $1.25 an hour or something like that. And then I always got my pay docked because I'd do something wrong. So he'd say, you're not getting paid. I worked for Dad for 3 years in high school. I never got a dime from him. It's just, but Gary was listening to, I don't know, some guy, Gary Mead, I think his name was. He stole the name of the show, the Gary Go Round. But this fellow did the thing. So he'd say, hey, it's Gary Stamps on the Gary Go Round on KPOD in Crescent City, California. And I say, stop that. You don't talk like that. And he goes, yes, I do. And I mean, but we all lived in the same house. So sooner or later, he broke down, and that was that. You don't talk like that. Yes, I do. The old Tibetan proverb, eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. So there you go. You just follow along those lines, and you'll and take time, a little time, to be thankful for what you have. I mean, think about it. We're on this side of the ground. We're in a gorgeous part of the country. Gorgeous. And the weather is, I think the weather is beautiful back here. I love the rain, as I've said about 1,000,000 times before. I love the rain. We can't get enough of it. How about we do this? Beautiful gal. I met her way back when at a place called the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Strip. And she's just fabulous singer. This is kind of a slow, sultry, kind of, she tells it all. Love don't live here anymore. From 1978, it's Rose Royce on The Morning Stampede.
Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed it right away, baby. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. Just emptiness and memories of what we had before. You went away on another place to stay, another home. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. 'cause you have to go away. Don't you know I miss you so and need your love? You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy, babe. Love don't live here anymore. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy, babe. Love don't live here no more. No, no, no. You've abandoned me.
You gotta take a pause for the cause, y'all.
Bill Stamps and more of the Morning Stampede next on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
Check into cash.
Need a little extra cash right away? Who doesn't? Turn your car into cash at Check into Cash.
Get up to $4,000 with your car title only from Check into Cash. You get more cash with a Check into Cash title line of credit.
Turn your car into cash today at Check into Cash. Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you.
$4,000 title line of credit maximum based on value of vehicle and ability to repay. Subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Did you know that U.S. Money Shops cashes all checks, even the ones most check cashers reject? Tax refund checks, government checks, payroll checks, and many more. And when you cash a check with U.S. Money Shops, we'll give you 10% off your next purchase. At U.S. Money Shops, we have everything you need at a fraction of regular retail. So stop by one of our 11 locations or visit us online at usmoneyshops.com.
Buy yourself or apply today. The better way at U.S. Money Shops.
Some restrictions may apply. See store for details.
There's a man in New Orleans who plays a rock and roll. He's a guitar man with a great big soul. He lays down a beat like a ton of coal. He goes by the name of King Creole. You know he's gone, 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 jumping like catfish on a pole. Yeah. You know he's gone, 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 and I kept shaking King Creole. King Creole. When the king starts to do it, it's as good as done. He holds his guitar like a dummy gun. He starts to growl without in his throat. He spins a string and that's all she wrote. You know he's gone, 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 jumping like a catfish on a pole. You know he's gone, 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 and I kept shaking King Creole. King Creole. He sings a song about a crawdad hole. He sings a song about a jelly roll. He sings a song about a pork and greens. He sings some blues about a New Orleans. You know he's gone, 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 jumping like a catfish on a pole. Yeah, you know he's gone, 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 and I kept shaking King Creole. Something evil, then he plays something sweet. No matter how he plays, you gotta get up on your feet. When he gets a rockin' fever, baby, heaven sinks. He don't stop playing till his guitar breaks. You know he's gone, 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 jumping like a catfish on the pole. Yeah, you know he's gone, 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 and I kept shaking King Creole. Yeah, no, you know he's gone, 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 kept shaking King Creole.
Let me get another cup of coffee and I'll be right back.
Bill Stamps and more of the Morning Stampede next on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Jeff. Tyrone Davis. If I could turn back the hands of time. Steve Crump coming up next, folks, on the Morning Stampede. Thank you.
Oh, darling, I'm so lonely without you. I can't sleep at night, always thinking about you. stronger. But if I had just one more try, I would be yours alone until the day I die. And we would have the love so fine. If I could turn back the hands of time.
Train Endurance Engineers are an elite group of extremely devoted individuals who stop at nothing to push our heating and cooling units to the brink. That way, when they pick up the pieces, they'll know exactly how to make the Train we install in your home even more reliable. Right now, their target is a Train AC unit.
Test to control. Fire up the pitching machine.
Their methods may seem unconventional.
Okay, cue the jackhammers.
But it's because of their tireless efforts that it's hard to stop a Train.
When you want an unconventionally efficient heating and air unit that keeps your home right in the comfort zone day in and day out, nothing will do but a Train. To get the best Train service, call your local Train comfort specialist. Mechanical Systems, 336-5739. Keeping you comfortable is Mechanical Systems' only business, and they've been providing high-quality service and installations for more than 30 years. Mechanical Systems, 336-5739. That's 336-5739.
It's hard to stop a Train. Really hard.
I am the man of constant sorrow.
Yeah!
I've seen trouble all my
Now back to the Morning Stampede with Bill Stamps on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We have Steve Crump, our singing district attorney, on the line. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. How are you, Bill?
I'm good. You know, I guess you saw that some time ago. Maybe we already discussed it, but I was thanking you on Facebook, and Nancy Ashley said that she had you in class, and not only were you a great pianist, but you were a great singer. Do you remember that?
I do, and I appreciate the kindness of Nancy Ashley. She was one of my favorite teachers ever. I'm glad that she remembers only the good things. Or at least only tells the good things.
You know, we saw on the news here a few days back via Cleveland Daily Banner. Great job that they do in covering the news over that way. Rick Norton and our friends. And saw that Eric Watson got into a beef with, I guess it took like 3 cops to take this guy down. Do you have any update on that?
Sure, Bill. We were in court on that just recently. I guess it was probably on Tuesday, and that defendant at the time was out had made a bond of $20,000 for another aggravated assault, and so we asked that the bond be increased to something that was substantial based upon not only his conduct in the past, but the fact that he had no real connection to this community, and the fact that after having had the highest ranking law enforcement agent of the county identify himself and try to defuse the situation, he chose to attack that officer and 2 others. And so we asked for a pretty substantial bond, one of the highest bonds I've ever asked for, but it was for $500,000, and the judge granted it.
Mm-hmm.
That case is set for status. The defendant has indicated that he's going to hire a lawyer, which certainly is his right. We want to give him time to do that on May the 17th, and then we'll go forward from there.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I just couldn't believe it. Was the guy on drugs, or is that something that you can talk about?
Well, to be honest with you, we really don't know yet. Obviously, there was everybody was treated, or at least evaluated, at the on the scene or at the hospital, and there are some lab results that are pending, but we don't have an answer on this yet.
You know, and I guess, I don't know if it was that they just held back, but I'm surprised somebody didn't shoot this guy.
Well, I think it goes to some really superior training for law enforcement.
Yep.
And also law enforcement, sometimes, unfortunately, to their detriment, are very hesitant to use lethal force. Sheriff Watson addressed this, rather, in a press conference that he held, where he said, never felt like that this guy was even when he was trying to choke me with the tie, I never felt like I was, that I didn't have control of the situation to the point where I felt like I needed to use my weapon. Also, fortunately, there was another citizen that, until law enforcement arrived, assisted Sheriff Watson as best he could, and then obviously when CPD and the other sheriff's deputies rolled onto the scene, they quickly were able to contain him and get him back where he needed to be, and in a frame of mind that was somebody they could deal with. And I'll say that they all did a great job. Their training experience of dealing with difficult people and people who are acting violently really kicked in, and they performed very admirably.
Yeah, I should say so. That's a lot of restraint, I tell you, especially in this day and age, as you very well know. There's a lot of guys out there that are kind of trigger happy. So,
sure.
Now, Steve, I know that you have so much going on your calendar. You're over in Nashville quite often. What's going on with our state over there? Are you working on anything in particular for us?
Well, right now the legislature, of course, is out of session. And so when it goes out of session, I chair the legislative committee for the DA's conference, and what that means is I shepherd our legislative agenda, and also am one of the prime voices to speak with the legislators about pieces of legislation that we may not have drafted or may even be opposed to, but to give them our perspective. And so I spend a lot of time over there with that during session. But right now, our committee is specifically trying to look forward to next year. Since I took the committee over, I've changed the way it operated, and instead of making it a start and stop sort of, well, let's get our legislative package out, we'll deal with whatever comes up in session, we're going to a very proactive approach, looking at, for example, the Public Safety Act of 2016 that the governor got through the legislature this year, try to figure out what's next in that step, meeting with folks like Bill Gibbons, who's the Commissioner of Safety, along with Commissioner Schofield, who's the Commissioner of the Department of Corrections, try to figure out what their legislative agenda looks like next year, but then also try to get ours started early so that we can start talking to legislators this summer, well before the session, about why we think what we are going to look to do is important and why they should support it. I think some of the issues that we're really trying to engage on this year in particular will be elder abuse. That has been a sort of a hidden series of crimes in most of the country.
It's just sickening, too. Just sickening.
It is, and a lot of it ends up in ways that you know are wrong and that you know are crimes, but we don't think of them in the context of elder abuse. People who take advantage of the elderly in a financial way. And so we're really going to look at that. We're looking very strongly at ways to improve our drug courts. We believe that those work, and we want to see as best we can how we can increase that. we are, as always, in a world where, and particularly in a state where the idea is that we want to cut the size of government, public safety is one of those areas where you have to be very careful before you cut, and you while you want to be very wise in your expenditure of the dollars that you're given, and you don't want to expand beyond what you need. Staffing for DA's offices is in most districts woefully understaffed.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate in the 10th district in that I have a sufficient number of lawyers. Now, my clerical staff is very, very short-handed, and so I've asked the conference to supplement that. But staffing and resources will be a big part of what we're trying to do. The legislature gave us 21 new positions this last year, which is probably about the most we've ever gotten. 18 of those were, in fact, clerical staff. I think a lot of districts identified that as a need. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to try to get back. The legislature did not renew the drug addicted baby statute. That's something that was very, very close to my heart. Representative Terry Lynn Weaver and I worked very, very hard to try to pass that bill so that it would not be sunsetted. And that bill just basically said if a mother uses prescription drugs and doesn't seek treatment before the baby's born, and the baby is born addicted with health complications, that we can prosecute her for a misdemeanor and, frankly, force her to get treatment.
Yeah.
That statute was used with some significant good results across the state, and but the legislature chose not to re-up that bill, so it died as it sunsetted. And so we're going to look at ways to look at that and fix that. But all that's for next January, but we're getting started early.
Boy, it sounds like you've got your hands full, Steve. I don't know how you do it, but I tell you what, you do a great job everywhere I go, and I mention your name, I get a discount on my meal, and they have something nice to say about you.
Well, I appreciate that. As much work as we try to do in Nashville, I think it's just as important that I make sure that things are running well here back at home, because the people elected me first to be the head of the public safety coalition, if you will, within our district, and so I've spent a lot of time the last couple of months in court with my assistants, working with them. I've got some great young assistants that are new hires, and trying to bring them along, develop them, and meet with our more experienced lawyers. We're doing some great things. I'm very excited. In the month of June, we'll announce our violence reduction initiative for the district. That is going to be, I think, very comprehensive for a district that is in many ways rural and not metropolitan. But it's going to be very comprehensive in the way that we look to attack not just what people might traditionally assume that's going to mean robberies and murders and such, but all forms of violence within our community that will reach out to our schools and into the domestic violence arena. Certainly, we're going to work hard on the gang issue. We don't want to have the issues that are in Chattanooga right now come here if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
If it does come here, we want to be ready for it. So I'm really excited about that. We're preparing for that, and of course we'll let you and the good folks at Whoop know when we get ready to do that, so that you guys can be a part of it. And I'll be happy to come back once that's out and spend some time explaining it to you. But that's something I think everybody in the district will benefit from as we, as a community, look at ways to reduce the violence that we see and read about every day.
Yeah, well, Steve, we really appreciate all the work you're doing. And from time to time, we'd like to give you a call and just check in with you and see how things are going. And when you get all that straightened out, please do come back, and we'll be right there with feathers in our cap for you.
Well, I appreciate that. And, Bill, anytime, my phone is always available to you anytime. I love talking to you and to your listeners, and to be on the Stampede is a great way to start my day. Anytime that you want to talk to me, you feel free to call me, and I'll be happy to talk with you.
You're a good man, Steve Crump. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Take care, Bill.
There you go. One of our civil servants out there taking care of business for us, doing the Lord's work. We appreciate that. Steve Crump on Whoop FM. It's 10 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. Let's just roll back into, boy, I tell you what, Blue Rawls brightens up every morning, right? This is a little song from my wifey Pooh, Miss Yana. It's called Lady Love.
Lady Love, your love is peace peaceful like a summer's breeze. My lady love, with love that's tender as a baby's touch, you give me all of the things that I need so much. You're my world, lady love. Lady love, your love is cooling like the winter snow. My lady love, with love that's cozy as a fire's glow. And I keep on needing you, girl, a little more and more. And I thank you, my lady love. You know, it's not easy, keep love going smooth. People are people, and they all have their moods. But it's so nice just to have someone like you who wants a smooth and easy thing, and all the good times that it brings. Lady love, you've been with me through all of my ups and downs. My lady love, I once was lost, but now with you I'm found. You got the love I need, and I want to stay around. Heaven sent you down, my lady love. Let me tell you that it's not easy. Keep love going smooth. You know, people are people. They all have their moods. But it's so nice just to have someone like you who wants a smooth and easy thing, and all the good times and the joy that it brings. My lady love, you've been with me through all of my ups and downs and my crazy turnarounds. My lady love, you got the love I need, so stay around. Heaven sent my lady love, sweet lady love. You are so good to me, lady love, like a warm summer breeze. That's what you do to me, lady love.
Lady love,
Lady,
so
lady,
glad I found my lady love. Lady love.
Now back to the Morning Stampede with Bill Stamps on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
Yeah, it's 9:14 in the yawning. You're in tune to the Morning Stampede till 10 o'clock this morning. We'll be speaking to Neil Dover, Cleveland's own Neil Dover, in just a little bit. Neil will tell you what's going on in his life. We'd called him to see if we could get him to be a part of the Veterans Music Festival. He wants to, but he's got some complications in life, and we'll be speaking with him in about 15, 20 minutes. Today, 63 degrees and cloudy, chance of rain this afternoon in Cleveland. Temperatures will steadily rise to 71 degrees on Friday, 81 on Saturday, and Sunday, 85. And then there we go. We're into the 80s, folks. Goodbye, spring. Chattanooga, 64 degrees. Knoxville, 59. Tri-Cities, 54 degrees. Cooler with showers in the afternoon. And Nashville is overcast at this moment. 64 degrees is their high for today. And Memphis, 72 degrees. Very sunny. Very, very sunny. We're having a good time here. I must tell you, we just kind of got started a few weeks back. Everyone's been very nice, and all kinds of nice comments being made on my Facebook page, as I've mentioned to you. If you want to join, as I've said a million times over, I ain't particular. So just look up Bill Stamps on Facebook, and I'll be happy to have you join the crowd, if you know what I mean. Also, I want to give thanks to the Cleveland Daily Banner for running my column on Sunday. It's called Life Chapters. We just had to come up with something, so that's what it's called. But a lot of these are short stories. I didn't realize, I guess I never thought of myself this way, but a lot of these stories have turned out to be faith-based. You know, I just start writing them and try to recollect a particular period of time in my life, and I realized that, wow, my best friends growing up were my dog Prince and God. Yeah. And have you ever noticed it's G-O-D and D-O-G? There's got to be something there, don't you think, man's best friend? But, I've realized now that I guess I was a little closer to God than I thought. Recently, I'm not a born-again Christian by a long shot. Let me tell you, my halo is rusty. However, it does feel good to kind of open up a little bit. I think maybe part of it is age. They say as you get a little older, you get a little more sentimental. That's true. I used to never cry. Now I can choke up just looking at my little dog Scout and Cowboy out there. Get off the couch, boys. They're listening. Hello to Kelly Calhoun and Willie Crumley Gregg. Willie, you're a nice lady. Thanks so much for all the nice comments. Regina Tulloch. Regina is one of my classmates. We went to school together at Arnold Junior High. Suzanne Anderson, pull yourself away from the stove, will you, Suzanne? I mean, Suzanne, I gained weight just looking at Suzanne's posts on Facebook. She has all these fabulous desserts going on. Billy Smith and Ryan Dempsey and Nancy Lewis and Sherry Teresa Dalton and Alice Hewitt Ames. Alice, all the show is dedicated to you, just so you'll know, all right? Gary Connors over there doing the Lord's work. We want to say hello to the boys over at the Cleveland Daily Banner, Alan Mincy and Brian Graves. Both of them been very nice to me. Jackie Ergo is listening to us. Jackie is with the Philadelphia Inquirer and called me here a few days back. And she wants to cover the music festival for us, coming up August 26th, 27th at the Best Neal Arena, just on the other side of the freeway there at 200 Nature Trail. It's a beautiful facility. And by the way, rain or shine, because it's all covered. So Mac Hess over there doing a great job for everyone around here. And we really, really look forward to this event. It, as I said, it benefits Operation Song, which is a program that's set up where songwriters sit down with veterans affected by PTSD, and they actually write songs, and it's turned out to be great therapy for everyone. Candy Webb Breakbill and Barry, her husband, just got through celebrating their 33rd wedding anniversary, so congratulations. That's a lot of patience there. Nah, just kidding. Mrs. Trudy Smith just called, and she needs to, rectify the time of their pancake breakfast this coming Saturday at Jenkins. I love Jenkins out there. It's between 8 and 10 a.m. instead of 7 to 11 a.m. Okay, got that. And the Oak Grove, what is that? Rutan Club. Ruitan? I guess I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, okay, so one more time. Trudy Smith called. She needs to rectify the time of the pancake breakfast this coming Saturday at Jenkins. It's not 7 to 11 a.m. It's 8 to 10 a.m. So, and that's the Oak Grove Ruitan Club. It'd be funny to have Matador try to say that, wouldn't it? I tell you what, it's 20 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock. Neil Dover will be with us in just a little bit. You remember Neil, he had a big hit. Actually, Bruce Chanel had the same hit over in England, and he had a big hit, Mr. Bus Driver, written by Wayne Carson, who also wrote the letter for the Box Tops. They all kind of sound alike, but Neil has just got that, he's just got that gravity sound going on. And so we'll be speaking with him a little bit later. In the meantime, how about we just roll right back into it? Here come the spinners at you, babies. It's games people play. You remember this song, don't you? Bom, bom. Here we go. All right, girls, get up and move the furniture back and start shaking that booty. You know what I mean?
Get no rest, don't know how I work all day. When will I learn? Memories get in the way. I walk around I can't hear a sound, folks talking loud, but I don't see at all. I gotta get away, I don't
know where to go. It's hopeless, so I guess I'll leave it alone.
Well, I spent all that day fixing up to go somewhere. Thought I was late, and I found she wasn't there. I guess I'll find love, peace of mind some other time, but I still have today. I gotta get away, I don't
know where to go. It's hopeless, so I guess I'll leave it alone.
Games people play, night or day, they're just not matching what they should do. Keep me feeling blue. Been down too long, right, wrong, I just can't stop it. Spending all day thinking just of you.
12:45, headed for the subway home. I took my time, 'cause I felt so all alone. Not far away, I heard a funny sound, took a look around, and I could see her face. Smile as she came, calling out my name, so I
know where to go. We'll take it slow, I guess I'll call it a day.
People play, night or day, they're just not matching what they should do. Keeps me feeling blue. Been down too long, right, wrong, I just can't stop it. Spending all day thinking just of you.
Sound, took a look around, and I could see her face. Smile as she came, calling out my name, so I
know where to go. We'll take it slow, I guess I'll call it a day.
Games people play, night or day, they're just not matching what they should do. Keep me feeling blue. Been down too long, right, wrong, I just can't stop it. Spending all day thinking just of you. Games people play, night or day, they're just not matching.
Gotta take a pause for the cause, y'all.
Bill Stamps and more of the Morning Stampede next on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
Financial Recovery, licensed and bonded collection agency, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Give them a call at 423-473-7670. Small town service with big city results. A full service medical, commercial, retail, and individual collection service. Celebrating 10 years in business. Call Financial Recovery at 423-473-7670 to help you with your accounts receivable and past due invoices. Financial Recovery, 423-473-7670.
No dealers allowed.
Jackson Catnapper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933, offering the best with over 70 styles of recliners, sofas, electronic lift chairs, full living room packages. Call Mike now at 961-7239 because Jackson Catnapper now offers sales to the public
every Saturday. That's right, every Saturday.
From 8 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Or call Mike at 961-7239. Or go see him
every Saturday
at 1911 King Edward Avenue, just across from the main plant. Jackson Catnapper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933. 961-7239.
No dealers allowed.
It's the Morning Stampede with Bill Stamps, weekday mornings on Whoop Island.
Two funny things about Ray Charles. Number one was that, and I'd be dadgum if he didn't hold the whole show up. He wanted $800 more cash before he would go on stage. And I'm literally backstage going, Mr. Charles, please, if you wouldn't mind, I mean, we'll get you the $800. Nope, when I have the $800 in my pocket. And so I'm running around asking people to pull any dollars they can out of their pockets. The other funny thing about Ray Charles, and I'll never forget this, I was at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, and of course, you know, Ray had that kind of Stevie Wonder look into the sky kind of thing. And a mess of Japanese guys ran up, stood on both sides of him, and had their picture taken while Ray had no idea that they were there.
Join Bill Stamps weekday mornings on Whoop Island.
Whoop, whoop.
Radio 99.
Into my eyes when I begin to realize I cried so much since you've been gone. I guess I'll drown in my own tears. I sit and cry just like a child. My pouring tears are running wild. If you don't think you'll be home soon, I guess I'll drown, oh yes, in my own tears. I know it's true. Into each lie. Oh, some rain must pour. I'm so blue here without you. It keeps raining more and more. Why can't you come on home? Oh yes, so I won't be all alone. If you don't think you'll be home soon, I guess I'll drown in my own tears. Oh, don't let me drown in my own tears. When I'm in trouble, baby, drown in my own tears. Oh, yeah, me and don't let me drown in my own tears. I guess I'll drown in my own tears. Whoa.
And now, back to the Morning Stampede. Call 614-5553 to be a part of the show. Only on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
Howdy, it's 9:30 in the morning. We'll have Neil Dover up on the line in the next few minutes for you folks. Great singer. Neil is one of those guys who wrote a few songs you may not realize that he did. He can play every instrument there is. He was telling me on the phone yesterday, kind of prepping for the show this morning, that he's just rebuilt a Harley Davidson. I guess it's one of those old cop Harley Davidsons. I want to say hello to Sally Russell this morning. Sally, Sally was, and Jim Corn Jr., by the way. I guess it's not Jim Corn Jr., and it's kind of like I'm Bill Stamps Jr., but Dad's gone, so it's, anyway, Jim Corn, the third, I think. Thank you so much for your kind words through Facebook. Hello to Gary Connors out there. Gary, you need to call me, man. We've been talking about that. You remember? All right. Sally Russell, just bless her heart, Sally. She's over there close to where we lived, the Brood, the Bill Stamps family on North Hickory Drive, 2017 North Hickory Drive, little red house, 926 square feet. Gary, Ricky, and I and my dad lived there, right next door to the Mackeys on one side and the Brewers on the other, and the Revniks next door, and the Martinis down the street, and Presley's. I guess they were kin to Elvis Presley. That was a big deal for them. Snotty-nosed kid, but nevertheless, he was one of Elvis's cousins, so we thought that was very cool. Sally sent us a little picture, or I should say a video. Went down before we even got back here. Went down and took a video of the front of the house there, and looks like they're doing a little remodeling. There's a piece of plywood where the door to the garage used to be. And Sally and I were talking about the fact that when we were kids, real kids. These kids growing up these days are not real kids, but we used our imagination. And one of the things that I did, I don't know about you guys, maybe I'm dating myself, but my favorite cowboy on Saturdays, we used to take a pillow and put it on the arm of the couch, and then roll up a towel and put it on the back. And that was that little gizmo that they had on the back of their saddles. You remember, it was supposed to be their overnight stuff, their sleeping bag or their blanket or whatever. And we would tune in the mornings to Roy Rogers and Cisco Kid, Gene Autry. You remember when Cisco Kid came to town? He did, I went to a luncheon, actually, that he presided over in Cleveland back in the, I guess, the late 50s. Rex Allen. But my favorite was a guy that I, years later, met up with at a place called Musso and Frank's on Hollywood Boulevard. Musso and Frank's is one of those watering holes that have been around for a long time. And Al LaRue, Lash LaRue. You remember Lash LaRue? Man, he was my favorite. He happened to be skilled with a bullwhip, As a matter of fact, later in life, he taught Harrison Ford how to use a bullwhip for Indiana Jones movies. Really nice little guy. He looked just like Humphrey Bogart, which he swore, by the way, was one of the reasons that he didn't make it past the Lash LaRue stages. He did sing a little bit. He was a hell of a guitar player. He used to play at the Dewdrop Inn in New Orleans, as a matter of fact. And later, when he lost all of his money, when I knew him, I was a drunk and he was a drunk. And we kind of went back to back one night in there, and it was kind of fun. Me and Lash LaRue taking care of business, if you know what I mean. A couple of smart alecks coming in there. He later worked with alcoholics in Florida, and I don't know. He was just he was a great guy. Anyway, he's gone, but we love Lash LaRue. And he was one of those guys that just kind of came and went. Hopalong Cassidy, remember Hopalong Cassidy? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going back in time. One of those deals. If I could go back in the hands of time. It's 25 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock. Okay, I'll tell you one more story, right? Again, when I guess, I don't know if I've made a big deal about this, and I don't mean to, but I'm kind of proud of myself because, I used to be, I'd be out there running those traps and caused a lot of trouble wherever I went, unfortunately, because I got a quarter Cherokee Indian blood in me. You can't tell. I certainly don't have the complexion for it. Used to have high cheekbones until I started eating at the Countryside Cafe, and now it's just kind of all bloated. I swear to goodness. But Esther Mae Jones, born in Galveston, Texas, came from divorced parents back and forth between her mom and dad, and she ended up in Los Angeles and had a big hit, Cupid Boogie in 1950, and then just kind of fell on sad times. She became addicted to drugs in the late 50s, and Kenny Rogers found her playing in a Houston club and got her signed to his brother Leland's label, the Lennox label. Unfortunately, she died at the age of 48 from liver and kidney failure due to drug use. But I remember very distinctly rolling in. I had a friend named Harry Middlebrooks. Now, Harry is the guy who wrote the song Spooky. You remember? In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy. He did a lot better. Actually, that was the Classics 4, if you remember. Won a big hit. I think it was number one hit of 1966. That or Cherish in the Association. I can't remember. But I rolled in there one night and made my way up to the stage. And Harry always saved me a table, or a chair, I should say, just on the side of the stage. It was kind of, it was a place called Chadney's. Johnny Carson used to run in there a lot. Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet used to go in there a lot. Dick Clark used to go in there. And Dick Clark didn't even drink, but he was in there scouting talent. Dick Clark was a great guy, by the way. But his office was just down the street from Chadney's. And I remember rolling in there one night, and I hear this voice. I mean, just this powerful, strong voice. And it was Esther Phillips. And here's a cover song that she did for a cover song of Bill Withers. Use Me. Listen to this strong voice. We missed Esther. She was great. Here's Use Me, baby.
Feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me, baby. My answer to all of that use me stuff, I want to spread the news that if it feels this good getting used, hey, just keep on using me until you use me up. My sister, she sat me right down and she talked to me. She told me I ought not let you just walk on me. She meant well, but when I talk was through, I said, sister, if you only knew, I know that you would steal my shoes. Just keep on using me. Hey, until you use me up. I said, use me up, baby. Use me till you using me up. Sometimes it's true, you really do abuse me. You get me in a crowd of high-class people, yeah, and then you act real rude to me. Baby, but when you love me, let me tell you, I can't get enough. I got to spread the news, and if it feels so good getting used, hey, you just keep on using me. I tell you, use me all up. Use me all up, baby. Use me till you using me up. Talking about the way you're using me, it all depends on what you do. It ain't so bad the way you're using me, 'cause I sure am using you to do the things you do. Things you do, baby. Hey, to do the things that you do. The things you do, baby. It feels so good getting used. Feels so good getting used this way, baby. Hey, my sister just don't understand what's going on. No.
No dealers allowed.
Jackson Ketnepper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933, offering the best with over 70 styles of recliners, sofas, electronic lift chairs, full living room packages. Call Mike now at 961-7239 because Jackson Catnapper now offers sales to the public
every Saturday. That's right, every Saturday.
From 8 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Or call Mike at 961-7239 or go see him
every Saturday
at 1911 King Edward Avenue, just across from the main plant. Jackson Catnapper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933. 961-7239.
No dealers allowed.
From Hardwick Farms to Blythewood Farm, thanks for listening to Whoop Island. Radio 99. Now back to the Morning Stampede with Bill Stamps on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
It's 18 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock in the morning. It looks as though we're not going to get Neil Dover on the phone this morning, but we'll have him back on tomorrow. I'm sure we will. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Like I mentioned, it's the first time I was going to Vietnam. So shout out to all my buddies out there in the armed forces. Randy Fox, how are you this morning, bud? We were thinking about you. I hope that those tests went well for you yesterday in Chattanooga. We're anxious to hear about that. I want to say hello to Randy and his beautiful wife, Betty. And Betty's out there fishing for dinner right now. I bet you. Robert Hamilton and Janice Domer and Raquel Wilson and Chris Weir and Dan Howell and Ron Dunn and Chip Bryant. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate that. Just take a little time to be thankful for what we got this morning, folks. You know what you got, right? Just look around, look down, see what you got there. Yeah, there you go. Be happy about that. We're just here, just kind of fooling around, having a good time and playing some music for you. It's our pleasure to do that. What do we got? Okay, yeah. We're going to do Jackie Wilson here in a couple of minutes. I guess we've got some more news for you here. The entire population of Fort McMurray, Canada, has been forced to evacuate because of a huge wildfire. Did you hear about this? Some 80,000 people were told to leave as the blaze swept into the city, which is the gateway, to the oil sands region. Alberta Premier Rachel Notley called it the biggest evacuation in the history of the province. The Canadian government has been accused of spending billions on illegal immigrants and helping foreign nations while providing sketchy help to the province in their time of need. Abnormally warm weather and dry conditions combined to make Alberta's boreal forest a tinderbox. Boy, that's just terrible. I tell you what, I lived up in the Northern California area for some time, and that scares you, man. And they have a law that says if it was struck by lightning or something, they can't stop it. It's crazy, crazy. California's a crazy place, folks. I mean, go there to visit, but never live there. I did 38 years out there. I really feel like I did time, especially now that I'm back at Bendabout. A shout out to Bendabout, Matt Bentley, and your beauty, Michelle. And I want to say hello to Danny and Angie Davis out that way, and Joe Renner, who was just over yesterday checking on something, I don't know, at the cabin we're staying in. Beautiful place out there. Every day, deer and wild turkey and, I don't know, fish. The 2016 Atlantic hurricane season is expected to be the most active since 2012. A total of 14 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes are forecast during this coming season. This is greater than the 30-year historical average. I tell you, the weather's just changing, folks. The official hurricane season runs from June to November, but occasionally you can see storms form outside of those months. Used to keep a place down in just a little rental, right on the beach, though, on Ocean Boulevard there in Palm Beach, Florida. And you could look out and see lightning, and it didn't even come into shore, just all this lightning going on and the storms out there. It makes you realize just how big this world is. 14,500 people are left jobless. That's because the Sports Authority is closing all of its 450 stores. This is the 4th or 5th major retailer closing its doors in just the last month. And by the way, the Sports Authority was founded in 1928. Did I tell you Adele? I love Adele. She's great. 28 years of age today. Karl Marx, the philosopher, he's dead. Would have been his birthday today. And Augustine Barrios, not that I care. What is this, Yana? a Paraguayan guitarist. Boy, we are really reaching, I'll tell you. I tell you what, let's do. We weren't able to get Neil on the phone this morning. I'm sure there's some complications there. It's 13 before the hour of 10 o'clock, and you know what they always say, why be moody when you can shake your booty? Here comes Jackie Wilson, and your love keeps lifting me higher and higher and higher. I'm getting ready to explode, if you know what I mean. Here comes Jackie Wilson on the Morning Stampede, y'all.
Your love lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. You know your love keep on lifting me higher, higher and higher. I say your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. Listen, now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came and you soon departed, and you know he never showed his face again. That's why your love keep on lifting me higher, higher and higher. I say your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. I'm so glad I finally found you. Yes, that one in a million, girl. And now with my loving arms around you, honey, I can stand up and face the world. And let me tell you, your love keep on lifting me higher, higher and higher. I say your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. Oh, lift me up, woman. Keep my heart going higher and higher. I said, keep on lifting. Lift me up, mama. Keep on lifting higher and higher. Keep on
Let me pay a little rent, and we'll be right back.
Bill Stamps and more of the Morning Stampede next on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
After 135 years, Hardwick Clothes, America's oldest since 1880, has delivered on our commitment to produce the finest navy blazer in America. This limited edition blazer was announced as the style winner in Garden and Guns Made in the South Awards. Crafted in Cleveland, Tennessee, we use premium Italian wool from Vitale Barberis, custom Bimberg lining, and signature gold buttons. It's available through the finest men's stores or at hardwick.com.
Financial Recovery, licensed and bonded collection agency, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Give them a call at 423-473-7670. Small town service with big city results. A full service medical, commercial, retail, and individual collection service. Celebrating 10 years in business. Call Financial Recovery at 423-473-7670 to help you with your accounts receivable and past due invoices. Financial Recovery, 423-473-7670.
And now, back to the Morning Stampede. Call 614-5553 to be a part of the show. Only on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
It's 10 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock, and we're out of here at 10 this morning. We will, as I mentioned to you, we'll have Neil Dover on I guess tomorrow. We couldn't get through to Neil. I'm sorry about that. I want to say hello to Giovanni Bonanno. I got a call from her yesterday. She's with Sony Music. I don't know if I said anything about this, but I'm doing a little work for Sirius Radio, just doing some interviews and so forth. So we're back and forth to Nashville. Really, really good lady over that way. Jackie Ergo and Nancy Huff, and did I say Billy Smith and Suzanne Anderson? I think I did. There's just so many. We try to include as many names on the show as possible. Eric Watson out there. Eric, congratulations, man. I think you won the third round. And Kathy Cecil. So thank you so much for listening and all the kind words. We really do appreciate it. I got friends in low places. I guess we should play that sometime in the near future. I love that song with Garth Brooks. I met Garth one time in Nashville years back. I guess it was about the same time, it was 20 years ago, about the same time I got friends in low places, that kind of thing. And what a great guy. We're trying to get in touch with him. We thought maybe we could get him to do a PSA for us, public service announcement for the Operation Song. Operation Song is a great outfit headed up by Don Goodman, who will be on the air with us tomorrow. Prolific songwriter. He and Bob Reagan started something in 2012 called Operation Song, which is, as I mentioned to you earlier, it's great therapy for our vets who are affected by PTSD. They actually sit down and write songs with them. And our inaugural Veterans Music Festival at the Best Neal Arena, August 26th and 27th, will be partly to call attention to this great cause here. Hello to Steve Lawson this morning. Miss Trudy Smith called just a little bit ago to make sure that everybody knew that the pancake breakfast this coming Saturday at Jenkins is between 8 and 10 a.m. And the Oak Grove Ruetan Club, whatever that is. I'm sorry. Hello and thank you to Jerry Frazier for coming on the other day. Special thanks to Steve Crump for coming on this morning. And special prayers for those in need, those going through difficult times. Old age is difficult for everyone. Don't I know it? Tomorrow we'll have a good buddy of mine with ESPN Radio. We call him the Coach, Rich Gilgallen. He'll come in and give us a summary of as the way he sees it on sports for this week. Ellie Johnson, a songwriter friend of ours over in Nashville. We love you, darling. Thanks for listening. Miranda Cheatham, Kelly Calhoun, and a whole mess of other people. I don't know. We just got, I don't know if you guys, we had a saying in the Marine Corps. We've been doing so much with so little for so long, we can do anything with nothing forever. And that's kind of the way we handle things here at Whoop FM. We're improving as time goes on. I hope you feel that way. Again, thank you for all those notes saying so. But we're going to continue to try to put out a better show for you as we go. And that's a full-time job for me. Let me tell you, I'm still working on this radio rust. You get that if you haven't been on the air for a while. Jeff Renfro, for instance, turns into Fro Daddy at 3:30 this afternoon with I don't know. I guess the Matador is off this week. I guess he's holding time in Sing Sing, but he should be out, bailed out in time to come back next week with Jeff. But the Fro Daddy show from 3:30 to 5:30, great show, hilarious. It's a lot of fun, and we apologize ahead of time for anything that may have offended you. Hey, have you noticed there's no more Royal Crown Cola? I saw Jim Mayfield put something up on his Facebook page yesterday about Royal Crown Cola and Moon Pies. I don't know. There was a guy named Jim Harrelson out of Chicago who used to run Royal Crown. And we did a commercial years back that I'd like to, pat myself on the back for. We did a commercial where we showed you may have seen it, I don't know, but we showed three machines, one a Coca-Cola machine, one a Pepsi-Cola machine, and then the other Royal Crown, inferring or insinuating that we were the third drink, when in fact they were like, I don't know, number 27 or so. But it was very effective. But you're right, there's no Royal Crown Cola around. It used to be Royal Crown Petroleum Jelly. You remember that? My godfather, Hoss Allen, over at WLAC, he used to do this nighttime show, and one of his sponsors was Royal Crown Petroleum Jelly. Rub it on your hands, rub it on your belly, rub it wherever make you feel good. Used to be that you'd put that on your hair. I think it was a black thing, kind of straighten everything out. And then my favorite was, as far as Royal Crown goes, is Crown Royale, Seagram's Crown Royale. When I used to drink, I'm telling you, I would order 2 drinks at a time. I'm so glad I don't drink anymore. And if any of you are on the verge of quitting, I assure you, you'll feel a lot better if you do just that. And I was thinking, Mike Renner and I were speaking the other day. Mike's a buddy of mine from Arnold Junior High. And, of course, he's been around here for a long time. And we were talking about when I came back my sophomore year, I was going to live here. I was going to live with Jimmy Cannon and go to Bradley and try to play a little football. And Gary Connor's sister was all set for me. I thought, boy, I've hit the big time here. But we were talking about the VFW swimming pool and what great fun it was. And then guys would hang out at the local drive-in, Starview Drive-In Theater on the weekends. And but do you remember penny loafers? They literally, you put pennies in little slots at the tongue of the shoe. You remember that? Brown or tan, and then everybody wore khakis and a T-shirt, and everybody was tan. Man, I need to get a little color, I got to tell you. But yeah, those were great days, Mike. So I know you're out there listening, and we appreciate that. You know, I before I got here, I lived with my grandmother, and she had a smokehouse and screened back porch and tomato patches, and we used to catch lightning bugs. And you remember 45s? 45s were a big deal. I remember one of the 45s I got with Shirley and Lee. You remember this song? Let the good times roll, baby. Come on now. Let the good time roll.
Come on, baby, let me thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long. Come on, baby, yes, this is something I just can't miss. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long.
Come on, baby, while the thrill is on. Come on, baby, let's have some fun. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long. Come on, baby, just close the door. Come on, baby, let's rock some more. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long. Feels so good when you're home.
Come on, baby, rock me all night long. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long.
Feels so good when you're home.
Come on, baby, rock me all night long. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long.
Yeah! Now back to the Morning Stampede with Bill Stamps on Whoop Island. Radio 99.
Hey, I just wanted to scoot back in and say it's been a pleasure having you this morning. And we apologize for any mistakes we made, and that's several. It's just me. I'm sorry, folks. I'm doing the best I can. And as time goes on, we'll improve. But we're enjoying the show, and I hope you are too. And based on some very favorable comments, I assume that all 6 of you that are listening are having a good time with us. You know, I'm the guy that used to follow caterpillars around, you know, to see. Did you ever do that? I mean, did you do silly stuff when you were a kid? I did. I used to follow caterpillars around because I understood they turn into butterflies, and I was waiting for that